September is National Preparedness Month. The goal is to raise awareness that disasters and emergencies can happen anytime. Irving's Office of Emergency Management is among thousands of agencies nationwide working to spread the word. Jason Carrier is Irving's Emergency Management Coordinator, and he joins us now. Thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having us, Thomas.
Sure, and this is always a timely topic. In just the past few weeks, we've talked about devastating wildfires in Hawaii. The tropics are becoming more active, and we see dangerous heat at home. So what's the message you want to spread?
So National Preparedness Month is an observance each year to encourage people to be prepared, to have a disaster preparedness kit, have a plan, know their context, know what they're going to do when a disaster happens. So while we celebrate it in September, it's something that residents, businesses should do year-round in order to prepare themselves for all hazards that may impact them.
Yeah, and I see you brought a lot of things with you. The makings of an emergency kit, when you talk about planning ahead, give us some highlights about some of the things we should be thinking about.
Absolutely. So every emergency kit or a preparedness kit or go bag, whatever you want to call it, should be tailored to fit you and your family. So there's certain things in there that you want to have in all kits, like a first aid kit right here that you can get anywhere, toilet paper, weather radio, canned goods, as well as a can opener, bottled water, Kleenexes, flashlight make sure you have batteries, and then any other items that you may need, such if you have little kids, you may want to have some baby food in there, diapers, wipes, things to keep them occupied like coloring books, regular books, puzzles, and then if you have pets, we already mentioned the pet food and leashes, but any special items needed for your pets. And then older family members, so if they may be on special medications or need certain medical devices, it's good to have those in your kits, as well as every year we highly recommend going through your kit and making sure nothing's expired, you have everything you need, things like that.
Yeah, so every family's kit is going to look different, it sounds like. And what's the time frame? How long should we be looking to prepare?
Usually the recommendation is up to 72 hours, but I like to plan ahead, or you don't know how much you're going to consume, so put a little bit extra food in there, extra water, just in case you need it. It's there. It's not really costing you anything extra. When you go to the grocery store, buy a can or two extra. The same thing with your water and things like that expire. Just buy a little bit extra here and there, and it really doesn't have to be expensive.
And we're talking about preparedness in the month of September, but for your team, the Office of Emergency Management, the work is ongoing year-round. Give us some insight into what happens with the city.
Absolutely. So our main goal for our office is to make sure the city is prepared to respond outward. So if an incident happens, whether it be a major hazmat incident, a fire, that we're there to support the first responders and make sure they have the tools they need to get their jobs done. So we do lots of planning ahead of time, going through the what-if scenarios. What if this happens? How are we going to respond? What are we going to do? So we write plans, we do training and exercises primarily for first responders, but we do incorporate other city departments that have somewhat of a response or support role. So just to make sure we're ready to go at any time, no matter what happens.
Yeah, and Irving could even be involved. This is top of mind right now. If a hurricane or other tropical system were to hit the Gulf Coast, give us some insight.
Absolutely. So Irving has had the pleasure of hosting evacuees from either Louisiana, Mississippi, or the Texas coast. DFW is the major shelter hub in North Texas, so we will support them up here until it's safe for them to go home.
Jason Carrier from the Office of Emergency Management, thanks so much for being here.
All right, thanks for having us.
And you can find more information at cityofirving.org/emergency-management.